What's up, everybody? It's Matt from Armchair Handicapping, and welcome back to episode number 2 of Press the Pace. Today, we're going to be looking at the Wednesday Churchill Downs card. I've got a few races that are kind of standouts in my charts, so let's dive on in. All right, so first race is actually the first race of the card. It's a claiming 50,000, 6.5 furlongs on dirt. And looking down at these graphs, the 5 is immediately jumping out to me in both pace and velocity. So let's double check that in the charts above. Looking at the 5, immediately gets my A1 rating with a 2.4 ACH rating. Comparing the performance level to today's race level, it is moving up in class, even though this says drop here. That's kind of looking more at purse and some other criteria as well. But in my eyes, this horse is stepping up a little in race level. The good thing here is the delta between the performance level and race level. 28.9 to 30.1 is relatively good. However, looking at that 3's performance level, this race seems to be today's level for that horse. So it's curious to kind of analyze that horse some more. And in looking at that, I don't like the late pace compared to the late velocity here. You see the late pace of that 3 is all the way down here, and the late velocity isn't terrible, but it is kind of middle of the pack. Whereas the 5 gets second for late velocity, and late pace obviously is top of the charts. So this one, I think the 5 may not get the lead, but with a front runner run style, should be up near the lead, at least the second call, especially with these pace figures compared to the other likely leaders of the 2 and the 3. I also think the 6 is going to try its best to get up in the front. However, as you can see, its pace line is pretty steep, as well as its velocity. I expect this horse to be on the lead or near the front early on, and then wear out pretty quick. So this race, I'm eyeing that 5, sitting at 5-2 morning line. I doubt you'll get that. I think it's going to be pretty low odds compared to the 3 as well. All right, so jumping down to the next race, this is actually going to be a long shot of the day for me on this card. Fourth race is a maiden 30,000, 8.5 furlongs on dirt. And looking at the charts and the graphs here, there isn't really truly a standout. I see a handful of horses that I've got my eye on, including the 1, the 6, and the 2. The 6, I don't like its rankings that well up top in the chart above. Doesn't get any AB ratings, and in fact, it gets an 8.4, which is bottom of the chart when it comes to the ACH rating. So I might automatically toss this, even though its velocity is pretty good. Pace scenario, I don't think it's going to play out for this one, and I think it is a little outclassed in this field. So while the 6 was a standout in the graphs, charts kind of confirmed that may not want to lean towards this horse. So looking at the 1 and the 2 gets my A1 rating with a 2.4, and then the 1 gets a B1 rating of a 3.9. Both of these 2 horses are the classier of the field today. So I think the 2 here is going to get the pace scenario advantage. As you can see, it gets first in my pace rank, and that 1 gets a third. So I think this is going to be a competitive race. However, I think with the 2 pace line kind of playing out how it does, and with the significant late pace, and then you can also kind of confirm that this horse is a later runner with this velocity line too. You see the apex of the 2's velocity line at the second sector, meaning this horse really gets going towards second call, and then the slope of that velocity line really tells that this horse is able to maintain a pretty high velocity throughout the rest of the race. So sitting at 6-1 morning line, I really think this horse is a good chance to win it here. The 8 is another one that kind of stands out to me with this late pace. However, I don't like its velocity as well. But I see that the 10.3 workout rating, that is pretty significant. So I wouldn't automatically toss this based off the velocity line. But I would definitely look at that horse further. I mean, it's getting good ranks in power, pace, models fourth, so not bad, but it does get that overall A2 rating. I personally like the 2 the best in this race. However, that 4, the 1, and the 8 are definitely going to be up there competing. So I think this is a long shot race for me, like I said earlier. But I think there is some significant value in this race if you can catch one. So those are my 2 races for pressing the pace today. Hopefully those analysis made sense. And yeah, if you have any more questions, you know where to find me on Twitter. You can also reach out on my website. And yeah, I thank you all and good luck.